No unnecessary jazz, no wasting time. From this course, you will learn how to clean, connect, convert, and visualize your data from different sheets into an interactive dashboard. We will use pivot tables, pivot charts, relationships, Excel functions, slicers, and other designing elements to create this dashboard. You will learn how to analyze, interpret hidden trends and patterns from your dataset. We will go step by step. Let's get started. Hello, my name is Skills and I'll be a host in this tutorial. Download the practice files from the drop down of this video. Welcome back. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a dynamic sales and revenue analysis dashboard in Excel. A sales and revenue analysis dashboard is a powerful business intelligence tool that provides a comprehensive overview of an organization's financial performance. It visually tracks key sales metrics such as total revenue, sales growth, product performance, regional trends, and customer segmentation. By presenting real-time data through charts, KPIs, and interactive filters, the dashboard enables decision makers to identify high-performing products, evaluate sales team efficiency, detect market opportunities, and pinpoint revenue leaks. This centralized view not only enhances strategic planning but also empowers sales and finance teams to make data-driven decisions that drive profitability and sustainable growth. Based on the slicer selection, our visuals gets updated dynamically. We will go step by step. Hope you have downloaded the practice files used in this course from section 1, video 3 of this course. Open the download files folder. Open practice files folder. Open dashboard files folder. Open the folder revenue and sales analysis dashboard. Here, you will find an Excel file and an icons folder. Excel file contains the data used to create this dashboard. Icons folder contains the icons used in this dashboard. Open the Excel file. Under data sheet, we have the data related to sales and revenue for 3 years. We will add all the pivots and calculations in the calculation sheet. We will add all our visuals and slicers in the dashboard sheet. Let's start building this dashboard. Welcome back. Let's create our pivot table using the dataset. Under data sheet, click on any cell with data. Now, select the data using keyboard shortcut key Ctrl+A. This will select the data. Under Insert tab, select Pivot Table. Select existing sheet. Select the location as Calculation Sheet. Press OK. If you notice, on the right side, pivot field list is activated. Our first pivot table will be to display total sales, cost of goods sold, and profit and loss trend by months. Drag and drop month and column to rows. Keep only month, month and column and remove others. Drag and drop total sales, total cost price, and profit and loss trend column to values. Ensure under value field settings, sum is selected. Update the column headers. Add an extra space after the name. Press enter. Change the pivot table style. We have the result. Now, let's change the format of values. Select all three columns. Right-click and select Format Cells option. Under Custom, add the custom format as this will convert the values to thousands, millions, and billions with a dollar sign. Press OK. Let's fix the pivot table width. We have the result. Next, let's create 3 reference tables that shows average values. Add the header as average monthly sales. Add the formula as equal to average total sales column. Press enter. We have the result. Next, add the header as average cost of goods sold. Add the formula as average of cost of goods sold column. Press enter. We have the result. Next, add the header as average profit or loss. Add the formula as average of profit or loss column. We have the result. Next, let's create 3 reference tables that shows totals. Add the header as total sales. Add the formula as sum of total sales column. We have the result. Next, add the header as cost of goods sold. Add the formula as sum of cost of goods sold column. Next, add the header as profit or loss trend. Add the formula as sum of profit or loss trend column. We have the result. Now, we don't need the grand total, so hide it. This will change the values appearing in cells. We have the result. Next, let's add a pivot table that shows tax paid. Select the data from Datasheet. Under Insert tab, click on Pivot Table. Select Existing Sheet. Select a cell in Calculation Sheet where you want the pivot table to appear. Press OK. Drag and drop tax applied column to values. Add a reference table to reference the values. We have the result. The reason we are referencing the value is because some of the visuals does not work with pivot table values, and the same will work with normal table or cell reference values. Example, text box visuals. You will notice this as we progress. Next, let's add a reference value that shows profit or loss percentage. We will minus tax paid from total sales and then divide the same with total sales. Change the format to percentage. We have the result. Refresh the data and save the file. Welcome back. Let's add some visuals using pivot tables and reference tables that we have created. Click on Dashboard Sheet. Change the page zoom size to 80%. Next, let's add a shape. Under Insert tab, Shapes, Select a rounded rectangle shape. Adjust the size. Fill color will be white. Add a shadow effect and an outline. Select a text box. Add the text as Sales and Revenue Analysis Dashboard. Font style and size will be Calibri Body 16. Make it bold. Change the text box color to no fill. Adjust the size. Select a line shape. Change the line color. Adjust the width. Place it below the text box. Duplicate the rounded rectangle shape. We are using hex color codes here. You will get hex color codes for any color from Google. Adjust the size. Send it backwards. Add an outline and a shadow effect. Select and group them together as a single visual. Next, select one more rounded rectangle shape. Adjust the size. Add a shape outline with a width of 3px. Add a shadow effect. Fill color will be gradient with a mix of purple and dark grey. Type will be linear. Angle will be 0 degrees. Next, select a rounded rectangle shape. Adjust the size. Add a shape outline with a weight of 2.5px. Add a shadow effect. Fill color will be white. Select an icon from Icons folder. Use the Insert Image option. Select a text box. Add the text as Total Sales. Font color will be white. Make it bold. Font size will be 14. Duplicate the text box. Using formula bar, reference the total sales cell value from calculation sheet. Font color will be white. Make it bold. Font size will be 32. Select and group them together as a single visual. Duplicate it 3 more times. We will change the text and cell reference and icons to reflect profit and loss values, total expense values, and profit and loss percentage values. Once done, select and group them together as a single visual. Our first grouped visual is ready. Refresh the data, save the file. Welcome back. Let's add few more pivot tables. Click on Calculation Sheet. Duplicate the prior pivot table. Clear the existing selection. This pivot table will show total sales by product category. Drag and drop product category column to rows. Total sales column to values. We have the result. Duplicate the prior pivot table again. Clear the existing selection under rows. This pivot table will show total sales by store location. Drag and drop store location column to rows. We have the result. Duplicate the prior pivot table again. Clear the existing selection under rows. This pivot table will show total sales by products. Drag and drop product name column to rows. We have the result. Duplicate the prior pivot table again. Clear the existing selection under rows. This pivot table will show total sales by discount type. Drag and drop discount type column to rows. We have the result. Refresh the data and save the file. Welcome back. Let's add some more visuals to our dashboard. Click on the dashboard sheet. From Shapes, select a rounded rectangle shape. Adjust the size. Change the fill color to a shade of grey. Add a shape outline and a shadow effect. Next, let's create a chart that visualizes sales by products. Select the data in pivot table sheet that shows sales by products. Under Insert tab, Recommended Charts, select a clustered bar chart. Hide all buttons. Sort the value in pivot table as A to Z based on sales value. Add the title as Sales by Products. Right-click on the bar. Under Format, Data Series option, change the gap width to 50%. Change the fill color of the bar to purple. Add an outline and a shadow effect to the columns. Move the chart to dashboard sheet. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove outline. Change the font color. Select and group them together as a single visual. We have the result. Select one more rounded rectangle shape. Add a shadow effect and an outline. Fill color will be a shade of grey. Adjust the size. Our next visual will be to display sales by customer type. Let's create a pivot table and then use the pivot table to create this visual. Duplicate the prior pivot table. Clear the existing selection under rows. Drag and drop customer type column to rows. Update the headers. We have the result. Next, we will use clustered column chart for this. Select the data from pivot table that shows sales by customer type. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a clustered column chart. Add the title as Sales by Customer Type. Move the chart to dashboard sheet. Adjust the size. Add data labels. Change the gap width to 50%. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove outline. Add a shadow effect. Change the fill color of the column to gradient with a shade of purple and gray. We have the result. Our next visual will be to display sales by discount type. We will use clustered bar chart for this. Select the data from pivot table that shows sales by discount type. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a clustered bar chart. Add the title as Sales by Discount Type. Move the chart to Dashboard sheet. Adjust the size. Add data labels. Add an outline and a shadow effect to the bars. Change the gap width of the bars to 50%. Change the fill color of the bar to gradient with a shade of purple and gray. Change the chart area fill color to no fill. Remove any outline. Add a shadow effect. We have the result. Our next visual will be to display sales by location. We will use clustered bar chart for this. Select the data from pivot table that shows sales by location. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a clustered bar chart. Hide all buttons. Add the title as Sales by Location. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove any outline. Add a shadow effect. Move the chart to Dashboard sheet. Change the fill color of the bar to gradient with a shade of purple and grey. Format the chart if applicable. We have the result. Select and group them together as a single visual. Refresh the data. Save the file. Welcome back. Let's add some more pivot tables. Select calculation sheet. Duplicate the prior pivot table. Clear the existing selection under rows. In this pivot table, we will show sales by salesperson. Drag and drop salesperson column to rows. We have the result. Sort the data in descending order based on total sales column. Change the column headers. Next, duplicate the prior pivot table again. Clear the existing selection under rows. In this pivot table, we will show sales and profit and loss by month. Drag and drop profit and loss column to values. Month end column to rows. Select only month end column. Update the column names. We have the result. Duplicate the prior pivot table again. Clear the existing selection. In this pivot table, we will show product return details. Drag and drop product return column to rows. Drag and drop product return column to values. Ensure count is selected. Update the column header. Change the format using Custom Format option. Copy and paste prior custom format. Remove the dollar sign and press OK. We have the result. Next, let's create a reference table that shows percentage of product returns. We have the result. Next, duplicate prior pivot table again. In this pivot table, we will show product return details by month. Clear the selection under rows. Drag and drop month end column to rows. Keep only month end. Drag and drop product return column to columns. Under filters, select yes. We don't need the grand total. We have the result. Refresh the data and save the file. Welcome back. Select the dashboard sheet. Our next visual will be to display average monthly sales, average monthly expense, average monthly profit and loss, and then tax paid. We will use text reference visual for this. Select a text box, add the text one by one, and then reference the value from calculation sheet. Adjust the font size and font style. Make it bold. Add a line shape between them. Once done, align them in an order. Select and group them together as a single visual. We have the result. Our next visual will be to display sales by product category. We will use a clustered column chart for this. Select the pivot table data related to sales by product category. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a clustered column chart. Hide all buttons. Add the title as Sales by Product Category. Move the chart to dashboard sheet. Adjust the chart size. Add a shadow effect. Remove any outline. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove any outline. Column fill color will be radiant effect. Format the chart like before. We have the result. Our next visual will be to display sales by salesperson. We will use a clustered column chart for this. Select the pivot table related to sales by salesperson. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a clustered column chart. Hide all buttons. Move the chart to dashboard sheet. Add the title as Sales by Salesperson. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove any outline. Add a shadow effect. Column fill color will be gradient effect. Format the chart like before. We have the result. Our next visual will be to display product return status. We will use a line chart for this. Select the pivot table data related to monthly product return status. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a line chart with markers. Hide all buttons. Move the chart to Dashboard sheet. Add the title as Product Return Status. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove outline. Add a shadow effect. Add a rounded rectangle shape behind the chart. Format the chart. Next, select an oval shape. Fill color will be purple. Add a shadow effect and a shape outline. Select an icon from Icons folder. Select a text box. Reference the percentage value. Select and group them together as a single visual. We have the result. Refresh the data and save the file. Welcome back. Our next visual will be to display monthly sales vs monthly profit. We will use a clustered column and a line chart for this. Select the pivot table that shows monthly sales and profit and loss. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a combo chart. Total sales will be clustered column chart. Profit and loss trend will be line with markers. Press OK. Hide all buttons. Move the legends to top. Add the title as Monthly Sales vs Monthly Profit. Move the chart to dashboard sheet. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove any outline. Add a shadow effect. Format the chart like before. We have the result. Our next visual will be to display monthly sales by gender. We need to add a pivot table for this. Duplicate any of the prior pivot table. Clear the existing selection. Drag and drop month and column to rows. Gender column to columns. Sales column to values. We don't need the grand total. We will use a clustered column chart for this. Select the pivot table that shows monthly sales by gender. Under Insert tab, Charts, select a clustered column chart. Hide all buttons. Add the title as Sales by Gender. Move the legends to top. Move the chart to dashboard sheet. Chart area fill color will be no fill. Remove any outline. Add a shadow effect. Change the column colors. Format the chart like before. Add a rounded rectangle shape. Place the chart above it. Select and group them together as a single visual. We have the result. Next, let's add slices. Slices help us slice and dice the data. Select an icon from Icons folder. Place it towards the left. Select a text box. Add the text as Slicer selection. Adjust the font size and font style. In Calculation sheet, click on any pivot table. Under Insert tab, click on Slices. Select the columns like Year, Month, Product Category, Store Location, Customer Type, and Gender. Press OK. Move it to Dashboard sheet. Let's format the slicer. Next, let's change the slicer style. Click on the slicer. Under Slicer tab, Slicer Style. We have couple of default styles. We can also create custom styles. Let's use the style. Next, click on each of the slicer. Right-click and select Slicer Settings. Click on Hide Items with No Data option. We need to do this for all the slices. Next, we need to connect the slices to all the pivot tables. Click on a slicer. Under Slicer tab, Report Connections. Select all the pivot tables. We need to do this for all the slices. This will ensure all the slices are connected to all of the pivot tables. Once done, align them, select and group them together as a single visual. We have the result. Now that we have added all our visuals and slices to our dashboard, refresh the data and save the file. Let's see how it works. Based on the slicer selection, our visuals gets updated dynamically. A simple yet powerful way to visualize and analyze any data to identify trends and patterns. Refresh the data and save the file. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new today. If you liked this tutorial, please like and share your feedback. Your feedback is a motivation for us to create better contents. See you again in another tutorial.